I'm pulling out my own wallet and I'm gonna pay for some of you to fly a real airplane. And if you're watching this in the future and you thought, oh man, I missed my chance, you probably haven't, because I think I wanna make this a recurring thing, so the info in this video is as relevant in the future as it is today when I'm filming it. In order to qualify, there's a few questions you'll have to answer in the application, which I will explain in this video. But first of all, for the naysayers, if you're thinking, hey, that's kind of weird, why would you pay for us to fly? Are you just trying to sell us something or whatever? The answer is no, and let me tell you why. And I mean this really sincerely, so let me get a little closer. So I want to help create more pilots. It's profoundly changed my life and the way that I look at my life, and I want that for so many of you. And as I've gotten to know a lot of you down in the comments, and if you've signed up for my free email course over on my website and conversed with me there, a really common thread that I'm noticing is people that have maybe wanted to pursue this for decades, for a really long time, and just for a number of reasons haven't really pulled the trigger. And I think for a lot of you, if you can experience what aviation feels like, if you can sit in a cockpit, if you can get 100 low lead on your hands and feel what it smells like and the little chalky kind of substance it leaves on your hands, if you can just go experience that and not feel like you're on the outside, but feel like, okay, I get this, I can do this, I've tasted it and I want more. If I can help you go taste flight, I want to do that. I deeply care about it. So there's no gimmicks here. I hope to be able to do this for a long time, and I'm trying it out here. So that's why I'm doing it, if you're all curious or skeptical. So these are the questions that you're going to see on the application, and at the end, I'll tell you actually where to go apply. The first question is, why are you interested in flying? I've always loved the quote by Da Vinci, which hundreds of years before manned flight was even accomplished, he said this. He said, once you have tasted flight, you will forever walk with your eyes turned skyward, for there you have been and there you will always long to return. And I love that, especially because this is, you know, before we even accomplished, before the Wright brothers were around. And he knew the reason that this is so important to pursue is because once you taste it, your life will never be the same. And as I already said earlier in the video, that's absolutely been the case for me, and I think it can be the case for you too. So in your application, don't rip me off. Don't say, oh yeah, I love that quote that you said, Charlie. Give me your own version. But I deeply care about and want to know, why are you interested in this in the first place? The second question I have is, what has kept you from flying? There's no right or wrong answer here. I just want to better understand your story. And there's no judgment at all. In fact, whatever you say here is probably something I've already experienced. If it's money, I haven't flown my entire life because there's been seasons where I just can't afford it, and I'm not afraid to admit that. I think it's just an objective fact. You know, if there's times that you've just been intimidated by how much knowledge there is to learn, I've done that too. That's why I waited a long time to get my instrument rating. If you're worried about logistics or life got busy, I'm in that season right now. I want to get my CFI, but we're about to have a kid, and life's busy, and I've been growing different startups and things. I can't commit to it right now in a way that I fully want to. So, you know, there's no right or wrong answer. There's perfectly good reasons, but I just like to better understand your story. And lastly, I'd like to know, what are you wanting to get out of aviation? For me, I've always been so captivated by the adventure and also just the gratefulness that we get to live in a time where this is even possible. And so I never get bored in the cockpit. In times that I'm tempted to feel bored, I just reflect on that. Gosh, how many people across human history would just die to do what we are able to do now? It's such an amazing time of history that we live in. So what are you looking to get out of aviation? Again, not a right or wrong answer here. I just want to better understand your story. So before I tell you where to go register, if you like this concept and this new model of me purchasing some discovery flights, I'll explain what that is in a minute, but purchasing some flights for those of you out in the audience, could you just let me know by giving this video a thumbs up, hit the like button, maybe leave me a comment down below, share your thoughts, or even consider subscribing to this channel. Those will all be really helpful signals to me, just so I can know, okay, cool, the community is responding to this, and this is something they like and want to continue. That'd be tremendously helpful to me. So how will this even work? I would love to be able to fly all over the country and take each of you flying, but I just simply can't. But most flight schools, if not all flight schools, will have what's called a discovery flight. They might call it different things, but usually it's something along those lines, where it'll be, you know, 30 to 60 minute flight where they're going to get you kind of exposed to the world of aviation, help you fly the airplane, let you sit in the pilot seat and walk you through all of that. And so I want to pay for a discovery flight for you. So I'll go through the applications and select the people. I don't want to say the winners, but select people that are going to get this opportunity, and I'll coordinate directly with you and pay the flight school for you to go take a real flight. So finally, where do you sign up? Well, you can go over to airplaneacademy.com/discovery, and that's easy to remember because it's like a discovery flight. So airplaneacademy.com/discovery, and there'll be more details on that page, all the pertinent info that you need to know. So airplaneacademy.com/discovery. And again, if you like this concept, please consider liking this video, leave me a comment down below, and I really hope to get some of you in the air. I think it'll be life-changing for you.